Hey there and welcome to Consult the Flying Guy. My name is Andrew, and in today's episode we're talking about how you can use community groups to make money. Now this is about memberships. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. If you're a member of the consulting crew, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let's get to it. Hey there, as I said, welcome to this episode of Consult the Blind Guy. Today we're talking about memberships and how you can actually make some money through creating community groups. Now there's a number of different websites that you can use for this, as well as a number of different ways you can do this on your own website. I'm sure many of you know about the channel memberships here on YouTube. And it is essentially the same thing. How can you make money through community groups or through memberships? A perfect example is here on YouTube. Any of the channels that you go to that have channel memberships is a community membership. Now, what do you get with these memberships to the channels? Well, in most cases, on the majority of channels, if you're a YouTube member on that channel, you get exclusive emojis that you can use in chat. You can get a little icon next to your username that signifies that you're a paid subscriber to that channel, and it will change periodically depending on how long you're a member. You get exclusive live streams or exclusive community posts, exclusive video uploads that are just for channel members. Now, outside of YouTube, how can you make money with memberships? Well, there's a couple of ways you can do this. One is to use sites like Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, or Ko-Fi. And there's a few others out there as well. Now, what do you get with these platforms for memberships? Well, whatever the actual owner of that channel or network wants to do. They can choose to have a membership on there and not give you anything, and then there are those that have it set up to where, like on YouTube memberships, you get exclusive content or groups or things of that nature. For instance, if you're on Patreon, one of them might be a YouTuber who has a membership on there compared to having a membership directly on YouTube itself. And in that, they allow you to pay a monthly fee, and you can, just like on YouTube, get exclusive community posts, exclusive videos, exclusive live streams. You can also, in some cases, have an opportunity for one-on-one meetings in person. You can have one-on-one chats through Zoom or Skype or something of that nature. And it's the same way across the other platforms as well. You get a monthly membership and they give you some kind of benefit in return. Now, outside of being on YouTube or on Patreon or other things like that, another way that you can utilize memberships is on your own website. And in which case, again, you create the membership and then you provide to them something of value for that membership. You can do the same thing as I mentioned before with YouTube memberships or with the Patreon style programs, or you can do something completely different. One perfect example of this is the live streaming pros, for instance. They have it set up to where you can do the Streamer Accelerator, which is a paid membership where you get weekly Zoom meetings and they will answer your tech questions and streaming questions, business questions, things like that. And not only that, you have access to an exclusive Facebook group just for members. And this allows you not only to have a paid membership for your customers, but it's also something that allows you not to necessarily be the only one that is overwhelmed with answering questions and helping people out. Having a community group like that on Facebook allows you to have other community members who might have expertise, knowledge, and experience to answer those questions instead of you doing it yourself all the time. Now, I will admit, I was a part of the Streamer Accelerator for about 8 months, roughly. And I enjoyed it when I first got into it, but as time went on, I didn't like it. And why is that? Well, when you're in a group that you pay a substantial amount for, I was paying close to $40 a month. When you're in that group, it would be nice to have more one-on-one particular answers instead of posing a question and the actual group owner not being the one to answer you and having the fellow community members being the only one to answer you. And then on top of it, these are some of the same people you're already friends with, so you could have asked that question of them to begin with and not had to have paid anything. So it wasn't of particular value anymore to be in a membership or a community group of that nature and more or less be there just to chat and hang out in a weekly meeting. There has to be some kind of tangible benefit for you to make it work good. Now, I'm not saying that every group is that way, but I am saying in order to make a successful membership or community group, you have to make it affordable and pleasing to your customers. Now, we'll say hypothetically, right now, I start a membership through my website for you to join on to a Facebook group. Hypothetically, we'll say I charge for my group that I already have. And it'd be awesome to see you join us there. It is a completely free group and you get to interact with me and the community members. But we'll say hypothetically right now, I charge $40 a month for my group. And you get to go in, you can chat with me and the other community members. You ask a question about, okay, you have the same camera I do and you're having an issue. And you post into the group, hey, Andrew and everyone else, I'm having this particular problem with my camera. What do I do? And instead of me answering you in a timely manner, either that day or the following day, and we'll say one or two of the other members responds, hey, I don't have that camera, but maybe try this, or another member responds, I have the same camera, I had the issue, and here's what I did. You try it, it doesn't work, and I personally don't respond. Is that a good community group for you? I don't think so. How about, we'll say you're in a group you pay $40 a month for, you get an opportunity to be in 1 or 2 Zoom meetings a week, and you ask questions in there and you get a half-assed answer because whomever the group owner is has no clue how to answer your question to begin with. Maybe one of their community members does. So again, you're left with that community member answering rather than the person that you're paying. And we'll add the fact that the community member who answered is, we'll say, like previously, it's somebody that you already know outside of that membership that you could have asked that question to, and they're the only one to respond. Is that a benefit to you? No. It's something that you're paying for and not getting a true value out of. Now, we'll say I charge, for instance, $40 a month for you to be in the Facebook group. You get a weekly or 2 times a week Zoom call where you literally get all your questions answered, not only by the host of that meeting, but as well as by the community members giving their input and insights and experience to further assist you. And then on top of that, you have the ability to directly message the meeting host privately and get any questions you have answered, or even maybe a 30-minute phone call within the week to answer your question, as well as a exclusive community post, a exclusive video upload, as well as an exclusive live stream. Again, where you can still continue to ask questions and get direct answers from the host of that group, as well as fellow community members, as well as possible other freebies. We'll say, for instance, you're a content creator on YouTube and you have an issue, you get a template to create your header, and you also get a template to be able to make up a thumbnail for your channel, depending on what it is, and or you receive other freebies that is exclusive to members only. Now, is that of value? In many cases, it most likely would be, because you're getting that benefit of the meetings, the uploads, the community posts, the digital assets to help you further your channel or whatever it may be, as well as the opportunity to interact and get your questions answered directly from the host. Now, if you're doing this on your own website, of course, you have to have plugins that will allow you to take those payments, or have some sort of system set up to receive payments and administer the back-end dealings for your membership. But you would still make the majority of that income, rather than going through like YouTube, where they take a considerable portion of that income for their own use as a fee to you for even having that capability to begin with. Of course, now most of these membership sites like YouTube, Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, Ko-Fi, and so on, all do charge a small percentage on the fee that you receive, but the one that is the worst out of them is actually YouTube. They take more than the other platforms. So it's entirely up to you on how much you charge, what benefits you give them, and where you're going to offer those membership services. Whether it's on a private Facebook group, a page on your website, or exclusives on your YouTube channel, or wherever it may be. But that is a way for you to be able to make some extra revenue, is through memberships or paid community groups. So I hope that helps you with understanding what a membership is and how you can use a membership to create revenue on a regular basis. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated. If you have any questions, by all means, please feel free to drop them down in the comments below, and I'll be able to get back to you as soon as possible to answer them for you. And who knows, maybe your question will become the topic of one of my future videos. If you're a member of the consulting crew, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day or evening, depending on where you are in the world, and we'll see you next time.